to another episode of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, that was one hell of a game this past Sunday. That was one hell of a game. I did not see most of the game, and you may want to ask why. I didn't see most of the game. Well, I didn't see most of the game because I work overnight. Okay, so when those 12 o'clock games start, I am knocked out. Okay, but again, that was one hell of a game. It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The fourth quarter was the most exciting part, where it was just one touchdown after another. Russell Wilson to Wan'Dale Robinson, Malik Neighbors, and then Prescott to Pickens. Miles Sanders ran in. It was just one touchdown after another. And the one thing that I tweet out before every game was something that Jimmy Johnson said back in 1991. He said, this is when rosters had 47 players instead of 53. Jimmy Johnson said, 47 guys believing, 47 guys hanging in there for 4 quarters. Okay, and so I would tweet out before every game, 53 guys believing, 53 guys hanging in there for 4 quarters. Okay, but when Russell Wilson hit Malik Neighbors for the touchdown, first of all, how the hell did he get behind Donovan Wilson? How did Donovan Wilson allow that to happen? Okay, and so there were 25 seconds left. I was thinking the game was over. But then something came into my mind. Okay, 25 seconds left. 53 guys were leaving. 53 guys hanging in there for 4 quarters. Okay, so if that can just get them a little bit past midfield, Brendan Aubrey would take care of the rest. And he did it. Sent the game in overtime. He won the game in overtime. So that was one hell of a game. Both teams played well. Both teams left their defenses on the field. The Giants, especially the Cowboys. We left our defense on the practice field. Okay. I'm pretty sure we will shore that up as the season goes along. We just signed Jadeveon Clowney. We have the Bears next week. That's where Matt Eberflus used to be the head coach, and Matt Eberflus knows Caleb Williams. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, but yeah, so good game. Just got to shore up the defense a little bit. A little bit. We got to shore up the defense a lot. Okay, and we'll be okay. Luckily, it's only week 2. Okay, it's only week 2. So I think we will straighten it out as the season goes along. Okay. So speaking of the Giants and Cowboys, Dak's first game, regular season game, was against the New York Giants. Okay, at AT&T Stadium, and this is when the Giants still had Eli, Victor Cruz. I believe Sterling Shepard was still on the roster. He's in Tampa Bay now. Sterling Shepard is. But yeah, you saw Eli, Victor Cruz, Sterling Shepard, Rashad Jennings was the running back. Dak's first game. I remember that was Zeke's first game too. He did score a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, he did score a touchdown. Okay. And I believe Ezekiel Elliott's first game, he ran for 52 yards his first game. Okay. He ran for 52 yards his first game. and had a touchdown run. Okay. However, I was at a watch party. Okay, I was at a watch party, the first game of the year. However, that game will be remembered as for what happened at the end of the game. Ain't that right, Terrance Williams? Okay, so Cowboys are driving downfield. Okay, Cowboys are driving downfield. I believe that we are trying to tie the game. Okay, we're trying to tie the game or win the game. Okay, can't remember, but we're driving downfield to win the game or tie the game, and that completes a couple of passes. Okay, and he completes a pass to Terrance Williams. Okay, y'all may remember this, right? He completes a pass to Terrance Williams. Okay, and the clock is running down. He completes the pass, and Dez Bryant, and you can see Dez Bryant in the background. You can see Dez Bryant in the background going like, "Get out of bounds! Get out of bounds!" Dez Bryant is like, "Hey, what are you doing? Get out of bounds! Get out of bounds! What are you doing?" Okay, but Terrance Williams didn't get out of bounds. Okay, and again, you see Dez Bryant in the background like, "Hey." And so, but he didn't get out of bounds. Terrance Williams didn't go out of bounds. And so we were forced to scramble up to the line, and the game was over. And I'm sitting there watching. We are all sitting there watching at the watch party. I'm sitting there looking at the screen like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, what the hell just happened? Terrance Williams did not go out of bounds. And I remember what happened on Twitter that day. They absolutely cut Terrance Williams in half, figuratively. Okay? They cut him in half. They cut him in half for not getting out of bounds. Okay? They cut him in half, and it was just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that Terrance Williams didn't get out of bounds, because if he got out of bounds, we would have had one more play, at least one more play. Okay, and so yeah, that's how Dak's first game went, and we actually lost to the Giants again later on that season. Then after that, as long as Dak Prescott was starting for us, he has never lost to the Giants. Okay, he has never lost to the Giants. Although it certainly looked like it this past Sunday. It certainly looked like it did this past Sunday. But anyway. So Jimmy Johnson was ferociously intense when he was with the Cowboys, okay? But if you talk to guys like Peter King, who is now retired, Peter King said Jimmy didn't like who he was when he was in Dallas, okay? And I read this somewhere. It said one of the many reasons why Jimmy left Dallas was that Jimmy Johnson said he had grown tired of being the bad guy. He had grown tired of being the bad guy to the players, okay? And so then Troy Aikman was like, I was so surprised when he resigned, and I was surprised when he said he was tired of being the bad guy, because Troy Aikman was like, he was so good at it. That was Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman said Jimmy Johnson was so good at being the bad guy. Okay, so Troy Aikman was surprised when one of the reasons Johnson said he left was he was tired of being the bad guy to players on the roster, and the players themselves were tired of Jimmy Johnson being the bad guy. So Johnson had grown tired of being the bad guy. The players had grown tired of him being the bad guy. Several players had grown tired of him being the bad guy. That's what I read in Jeff Perhoman's book, Boys Will Be Boys. Okay. And so Jimmy Johnson was so intense that during his first season with the Cowboys, I may have already talked about this, during his first season with the Cowboys, they were playing the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles were coming to town to play the Cowboys at Texas Stadium. And Jimmy Johnson had the Cowboys practicing in the frigid rainstorm. Okay. So it was cold. It was a cold rain, and the Cowboys were out there practicing in the cold rain. Okay. They were out there practicing in the cold rain. The Cowboys lost 27-7 to nothing. They lost 27-0 to Philadelphia, needless to say. Okay. And then again in 1991, okay, the last game of the season, they're preparing to play the Atlanta Falcons, the last game of the season, right? And again, same thing like 1989. Jimmy Johnson had them practicing in a monsoon rain. Okay. Yeah. Jimmy Johnson had them hitting hard in monsoon rains. The Cowboys, they were 10-5 going to the final game against the Falcons, and Jimmy Johnson had them practicing hitting hard in monsoon rains. Yeah. So that was Jimmy Johnson for you. Okay. That was intense. Jimmy Johnson at his finest. But Troy Aikman said he had grown tired of being the bad guy. And Troy Aikman was like, hey, he is just so good at it. Right? Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. I just want to hit on that. Something else I want to hit on. Yeah. Okay, so the Cowboys went into the 2014 season knowing that they weren't that great on defense. Okay, they went into the 2014 season knowing that they weren't that great on defense. In fact, they were poor. 2012 and 2013, they weren't that good on defense. So the offense figured out, or the coaching staff figured out that, hey, we have DeMarco Murray. He's pretty damn good. So they figured out the offense is going to help the defense. Okay? What do I mean when I say that? You have DeMarco Murray. Okay? You have DeMarco Murray. You have Dez Bryant. You have Tony Romo. Okay? And realizing that the defense wasn't that good, the offense said, okay, we'll help out the defense. We'll just play ball control with DeMarco Murray. Okay? We'll play ball control with DeMarco Murray. And we still got Dez Bryant. We know what he can do. Okay? We'll play ball control. And not put the defense in bad situations. Okay? So that was the thinking of the 2014 Cowboys. We're going to play ball control. We're going to run with DeMarco Murray. We're not going to put the defense in bad situations. Okay? And so when the offense did put the defense in bad situations, the defense was not great, but the defense was decent. Okay? Defense was pretty decent. And if you look at who we had on defense in 2014, we had guys like Jeremy Mincey, Sterling Moore, Barry Church, Brandon Carr. Who else did we have? Who else did we have? I know we had some players on defense. I'm just trying to think of them. Okay, I'm just trying to think of them. Oh, that was the first year of Demarcus Lawrence. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was Demarcus Lawrence's first year. Yeah, he was a rookie. Yeah, that was Demarcus Lawrence's first year. Yeah, so rookie Demarcus Lawrence, Jerry Mincy, um, Barry Church, Brandon Carr, Tyrone Crawford. Um, yeah, so we had a decent defense. Um, and actually, it was Demarcus Lawrence who made the game-winning play on Matthew Stafford after fumbling it away a couple of plays ago. He forced a fumble on Matt Stafford in the playoffs, picked it up, lost it. He picked it up, lost it, and the Lions recovered. Then a few plays later, he forced a fumble again. Then he fell on it. Okay, and then the game was officially over. Oh man, man, yeah, yeah. I remember that. Oh, I remember that. He almost cost the Cowboys a game that year. Cowboys a playoff game that year. Okay, and so yeah, but 2014 Cowboys. The offense protected the defense because the offense knew that the defense wasn't that good. Okay, so maybe if the Cowboys employed that same philosophy to this season, okay, who knows what will happen? Okay. Oh, and I also want to close by showing his photo right here. You remember when Tony Romo broke his clavicle in 2010 and 2015, 2014, 2010 and 2015. You remember when Romo broke his clavicle those years and he was out? Someone had his picture right here. Someone had his picture right here, okay? This is too funny. It shows a cartoon of Romo in a cast, in a sling. It said, "Oh, so now y'all want to appreciate me now, huh?" Yeah, yeah. And what did I say a couple of videos? We took Tony Romo for granted, okay? We really did take him for granted. And it really showed in 2010 and 2015, okay? So we took Tony Romo for granted, okay? All right, that's it. And that's all for Classic Cowboys Talk. I am out of here. Peace out. May God bless you all.
Who? Cowboys. What's my blue and gray team? Cowboys. And who I'm rolling with, huh? My Cowboys. Steelers better get it right. Giants better get it right. Who? Cowboys. What's my blue and gray team? Cowboys. And who I'm rolling with, huh? My Cowboys. Eagles better get it right. Skins better get it right.